and it's a good day today.
It was
Once
a rough,
again,
rough week.
rough week. We could get to that, but if we're gonna get to it,
We're
fine.
gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I only got one thing
what's up?
in reference to everything with Kobe and prayers to the family and everything. But if you can't control what a news organization is going to do, but you could put some kind of onus on Twitter and some of these people. Like, if you're a news organization and you got a blue check and you post like just fraudulently wrong stuff, you should lose your check.
I understand.
That's the whole point of you having a check is like because I said I saw a legitimate news organization tweet out Rick Fox died.
Yep.
Wow,
And I was like, dog, and so then it makes you start questioning. So I was like, what's the point of y'all having blue chat? Like, y'all ain't a person, you're a news organization. Like, if WBBS in Colorado or whatever wants to send off just fire off a fake tweet just because they're like, oh, I want to be first with the news. We can't control everybody. Like, everybody gonna, when stuff come up, that's just the nature of the beast. There's gonna be rumors and stuff. But if you're part of those people that churn up that stuff, like as an organization, you should lose your stuff. That's on Twitter. Like, they can decide what they want to do with that.
I mean, we saw a lot.
They're not gonna do nothing. They got racists on Twitter that they keep up. I'm just saying.
We saw people post R.I.P. Kobe Bryant with pictures of LeBron James.
Whoa.
Niggergate, but let's just talk about the one that's happening now because that means there's so many of them. Like everything that's happened. But I mean, let's focus on the positive. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, one of the best, if not the best basketball player of all time. He shaped a lot of the culture. He shaped a lot of how we play basketball. Just like how Mike did, learned a lot. And Kobe Bryant took everything that Mike knew, became a student of the game, and brought the game to another level. Whatever, I'm going to say it now. Kobe Bryant's always and will forever be better than LeBron James. Yup.
That was just unnecessary.
Yeah, it was petty, but you know what? We can do that.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a LeBron fan.
I'm a LeBron fan.
I'm a huge LeBron
We're not
fan.
doing this. The man passed away. I'm invoking the Tupac clause, which means you can't speak ill.
You can't.
Speak ill of
He
him.
was the greatest rapper of all time.
Exactly.
Okay, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
you can't
it's
speak
cool.
ill.
I'm not
Biggie's,
you. I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah, I'm invoking the Tupac clause. Once again, this is in my humble opinion. Black and ugly as ever, stay Houston down to my socks. We're back with another In My Humble Opinion podcast. I am your host, Carlton Banks, Carlton with a KBA and Triple X, Carlton with a KBA and Triple X, also known as, Avery, like a very nice guy. Hi, Mom. And also, I'm here with my brother, one of the best writers I've ever seen. I go to concerts with him all the time.
We went to that one.
We went to Earth Gang concert. Dope.
Earth Gang was good.
Earth Gang was a good concert.
Earth Gang had a nice little concert.
My brother actually got to join my world right quick and go to a couple of wrestling events. Hated them.
Wrestling is, it's not that I hated it. It's just like, I'm not into wrestling.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. And going to see it live, it's still not my thing. But they be getting hurt. Like, that
so
is
I tell people.
That made it even more not my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yo, if you're playing football or basketball or something like that, it's like, yo, you working for a goal. Like, it's a legitimate, like, you get hurt in football, you was trying to get something. I was trying to get a touchdown. Man, you get hurt in wrestling, it's like, yo, somebody they didn't plan their kick right.
Yeah.
A dude got kicked in the face and passed out,
yes,
like on
did.
the ring, and I was like,
and we all saw it.
The photographer next to me was like, "Yo, your boy he's knocked out."
Yeah.
Like, and you could tell like everybody's acting, but at that point, it's like, well, we're live, we can't stop it, but you could see the tone of everybody changing. Like, okay, I'm fake fighting this guy over here, but I'm looking over here because he is knocked out.
Yes,
like, and then they kind of drug him off and they wake him up. And
I was
like, yo,
knocked out.
Prayers to that man. Hopefully you okay.
He's all right now.
Situation
Situation is with wrestling, it's your stuntman. It's like that. It's like people will be like, I'm working towards a goal with football. You ever seen a movie? Fair enough.
If you die for a movie, like, look, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is just shots out to this man in particular, Jackie Chan. You don't have to do this anymore.
He doesn't have
You
to.
don't have to. We got stuntmen.
Per our
We
entertainment.
gotta. Jackie Chan just
Stuntmen
collapses every.
Yeah.
Look, man, Jackie, you can stop. You can stop, Jackie. I love all your movies.
But
I
what
want you here
about
for life.
stuntmen?
What about? Hey, look, you got to do what you love and you do what it is. But that doesn't still. What I'm saying is, for me, it's still.
Yeah, I feel that.
If you are a stuntman on the set of Mission Impossible 2 and you die, like I'm like, yo, I'm sorry that happened to you. Couldn't be me though.
Couldn't be me.
I said
Couldn't
I'm
be
not.
me.
I'm not doing it. You're not hitting me with nothing.
I feel that. Once again, we didn't even. His name is Just Divine.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
There we
His
go.
name is
There
Just
we go.
Divine.
Just
And-
Divine. And I'd just be sitting on the sideline when I'll be like, cut.
I
Put in
feel
a
that.
stuntman.
Look, I love
Put in
wrestling.
a
I tell
stuntman.
people I would never do it. One of my friends was like, "Yo, you're big. You can do it." I was like, "I would never do that." People like me. I don't need to do stuff. Wait, nobody likes me. Hashtag nobody likes me. Anyway, yeah. Once again, we're back with our special guest. All right, we have a special guest in the building. His production credits include ESG, Lil Keke, Trey the Truth, Zero, 8-Ball MJG, Paul Wall, Slim Thug, Billy Cook, E40, Hot Boys, Crazy as well. Remember Crazy? Remember he used to sound like Tupac was signing No Limit for a while, but before that,
Crazy.
yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
J-Dog.
yeah. Crazy had a no.
The list
Nah,
goes
the list
on
goes on
longer.
and
The list goes on longer. I'm gonna get my joke off. The list goes on longer than Whataburger after Carol's on a Saturday night. That's how long his list goes on. His that didn't land. His catalog includes
We should
Pimpin' the
have
Pen.
applause or some kind of laughter. That would be a laugh track right there.
That would, but let's keep going. His catalog includes Pimpin' the Pen.
The-
It's going down. You know it's going down. Don't Mess with Texas. Heart of a Hustler. Still Pimpin' the Pen. Screw for Life. He's one of the pioneers of the classic H-Town soulful sound that is often duplicated. All right, but never really recreated. In today's music, I know I can speak for myself and my brother when I say it's an honor to be in the same room as you, to be honest with you. As a former producer, I've followed what you do. My friend Jesso Beats as well, because it's a very soulful sound. You created it. You, like Happy Perez, like, you know, I'm leaving out a lot of stuff.
He's super excited.
Yeah,
Like,
I really
sounds
am.
like he's running right now. Like
I
he loves
Yes.
this.
Man.
You are the top.
You are,
Yes.
Dude, when he
But let me-
crazy.
Let me say your name, though. Legendary, Grammy-nominated producer Sean Jemison. Also, Solo Beats. Sean Solo.
Hey, what's happening with y'all?
How's it going?
Louisiana's own.
Hey, man, come on, man. You know, well, I'm from Houston,
You from Houston?
but I went to college in
Yeah.
Louisiana.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I went to college in Louisiana on a football scholarship.
All right, so what part of Houston are you from?
I'm from Third Ward,
Okay.
but I'm a Third Ward kid that went to private school, though.
Okay.
What school?
I went to St. Thomas.
Really?
I went to St. Thomas High School. Mm-hmm.
So
When you were at St. Thomas, were you always interested in music? Was that the plan?
Never. I
What were you
played
trying?
sports.
So what were you playing?
I played football, basketball, and track. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
Wow.
no music, no
None.
nothing. You just
Nah.
So St. Thomas. No, you're doing all sports.
yeah,
You go to college for sports. Is that what you
Yeah.
went to Louisiana for?
Mhm.
What were you playing in Louisiana?
wide receiver.
Wide
football.
receiver,
Looks
football.
like a wide receiver.
That's what I'm saying.
Still
Wide
in great
receiver.
shape.
Still good. Okay.
Appreciate it.
So you're out there. At what point are you getting into music? That usually our guests, and we have a lot more of a lot of our people are like, man, you know, I've been trying out this music thing since I was 7.
Right.
And I'll be
Right,
like, oh, okay. So this is interesting to see somebody that's like, hey, I am getting into music. We talking about post college?
No, during college.
During college. Okay,
Yeah.
so during college. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's tell us about that then.
Okay, well, you know, I always love music or whatever. I got hurt in high school my junior year. So I did some like a drama play. Like my counselor was like, you know, you need to do something artsy. You know what I mean? So I did the drama gig. I got back on the field my senior year, got my scholarship. I got hurt again in college, my freshman year. At that point, I was like, bro, I got to figure something out, like, you know.
Just in case.
Yeah. So, you know, I bought me, I think I got together and bought a little ASR. It was a sampler before
remember that.
No,
Yeah.
actually, it was an EPS before.
Really?
Yeah, before the ASR.
For the ASR?
Yeah.
How many
so
seconds did you have to sample on that?
3.
Yeah.
3. I remember it
Damn.
was 3 seconds, but I figured out how to get that 4-bar loop and that 3. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I was able to do it. You know what I mean? So, ESG went to the same school.
Okay.
Yeah, so we met and we started hooking up, and he was like doing talent shows and shit, and like.
No,
Yes, you
absolutely,
can.
yes,
Go
yes,
crazy.
Go crazy.
Yeah.
We want to hear. We want to hear everything. Go for it.
Yeah,
Go
so
for
he
it.
was doing talent shows and shit and winning them, and we got together like, man, you know, we should mess around and do something.
Yeah.
So I was a sample. I didn't even know how to like quantize and stuff, like what you know, put it in time.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about the board, but I knew I liked certain different sounds. You know, like I would do 2300 Jackson Street with Brick House, and I mix it together, whatever, on the sampler. We wound up going to a Zydeco studio out there in Louisiana.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and we dropped like 6 songs, and then they got back to Houston, and you know, they was loving it. You know what I'm saying? So ESG was messing around with Screw when he would come back and forth from school, because you know he was doing his thing and whatever, and Screw got a hold of the song we had just did, like when we were Swangin and Bangin.
Yes. Let's stop it. Let's just play it.
Yeah.
Let's play it. We got to play that right quick.
Yeah.
Because that's the
Yeah, he has a couple of
like
huge hitters.
the songs you have are like Houston DNA.
Yes.
Like
Swangin' and
songs.
Bangin'.
And this
Too many niggas.
you did this as you're figuring out how to produce.
Like Swangin' and Bangin', that beat was the first time I ever played. Like all my other beats were samples. You know what
So you played the piano?
I played everything on the Swangin' and
That
Bangin'.
what synth is that?
That little noise, I don't know, something that we used on it.
Okay.
By that time, I had the ASR, not the ASR 10.
Yeah.
The one that came out after that. And I bought that or whatever, and I just got some sounds from somebody. I don't even know where I got them from. They were on floppy disks. And I said, I'm going to just bang out me a beat, you know what I'm saying? Like create it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That was the first one I ever
Classic.
did. Yeah.
That's the one.
That melody, you do that anywhere. Like even when we heard
Drake.
I mean, hell yeah, fucking right.
Yeah, you knew off
Once
the
you
top.
hear it, you're like, yo.
I heard that before.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's classic.
So you go back. I mean, ESG brings that, or Screw hears that, and then he says,
I'm about to chop it up and, you know, slow it down, put it on one of my tapes. After that, it was really, that was the rap right there. That was it.
and so now you're like, okay, well, I'm a producer now. Like,
No,
this is what I'm
no,
doing.
not really, bro, because it was like, I was still schooling.
Ah, okay.
ESG
okay.
was back and forth, you know, he was like, bro, I didn't even know it was that, you know, serious. Like, he would tell me, but I was like, okay, cool. But
No, wait, I'm sorry. When you say ESG, so ESG is going back and forth between Louisiana
And Houston.
You're staying
I'm
in
schooling.
Louisiana. So you have no clue
I have no clue.
that what
that
you're
big.
doing is big, and he's coming back and telling you, like, yo,
Yeah.
no, in Houston, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Oh, it was huge.
Huge.
Yeah, so you know, then time went on or whatever, and my parents or whatever, my brother, they knew I was doing this or whatever. They heard the song on the radio. It was kind of like, remember how 5 Heartbeats?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when they
heard
first
it,
heard
yeah.
the song.
It's kind of like that, bro. They playing your song on the
Yeah.
radio.
So they played the song on the radio.
Down
That's
there.
it.
I think it was whatever. I think it was still 97. Yeah, it was 97.
Yeah, it had to be
'cause- Yeah, it was
97.
97. They were blowing it up. Like, they started
Oh
playing
yeah,
it.
97.9.
Because they were fiending for something from the streets at that time, and that was you know, Screw movement was coming up. Everybody knew, you know, go over there, and it's the hottest song on the Screw tape, and it's talking about, you know, swing. It's the culture. It's
the culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right there. So you know, from there it was on. I ain't gonna lie, I was a producer then for real. Once it was on the radio, you know.
Did you stay in school, or did you just like, yo, I'm coming back to Houston?
No,
Let's go.
I stayed in school for a second, and then I left. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, yo, I got
because I mean,
capitalize.
like right after the ESG gig, we had wound up redoing it for Priority. We got to deal with Priority, Priority Records. You know, they had Dre and everybody at that time.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, like DEA called.
Yep.
So that's when I met, like, you know, Keke,
Dead in
KK,
Alliance.
Pat,
Yeah.
Hawk, and Screw. That was a group. So I wound up doing like 8 songs on their record. Heart of
Yeah.
a Hustler, you know.
Yep, Mind of a
Screw
G.
for Life,
Yep.
all of them, you know. So after that, and then it was Key, and it was everybody after that. You know what I mean? So it was like they had to come through my way, and I had the little spot in the tray. It was my old house. You know what I'm saying? It was a shotgun house, but it was nice, and
When you look up your name and you look up the credits, like it's your name on the majority of a lot of these classic albums.
Pimpin'
like,
the Pen?
Yeah, Pimpin' the Pen is just like
Golly.
you over and over again.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is the producer
Yeah.
for every single song. And so you're saying your first, Swangin' and Bangin' is literally you. That's your first song.
That's my
That's your first.
That's first song playing.
Yeah.
Like everything else, I'm pressing a button and I'm mixing a certain sound. Like if you listen to like the song on ESG's album, "Ain't One Thing's Another" or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was crazy with the blends. Like I'm listening to 2300 Jackson Street by the Jacksons, and I can hear Brick House under it, and that's all I would do for the track. It would be basically, and then I would finger something out like that, or
I understand.
I didn't know how to really like play. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
From the Dr. Dre School of Production.
right. You know how it go.
Yeah.
I understand what I'm
So he's
saying.
like, it sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. So I started figuring out like let me start playing with these sounds that I have in my head. And you know how you could bang out some chords, you can stumble upon something and be like,
Oh, yes.
holy shit, I can build off of
Yeah.
that 4 bars right there. So that's what that's all my stuff comes from that. Like I build tracks now off of really 4 bars.
That's
You
how
know
to
what
do
I'm
it,
saying?
man.
And then, add from there.
Yeah.
Once you got the original melody, man, so I don't know. I'm still going at it though. It was crazy.
You are still going at
Really
it. As a
are.
matter of fact, this will be. It might be a little early, but let's play the other ESG video because you're still going at it. You and ESG are together for your recent compilation. You're still putting out music, and you two are still working together on stuff.
Yeah, bro. That's Ronetta. That's Ronnie Spencer's daughter.
Really?
Yeah, she hard. She got a lot of talent, man. Her voice is crazy.
Yeah, her voice is smooth. Oh, you can hear it. Like, that's not like a lot of studio work on her voice.
No, she's legit.
That's
she
like-
has-
That's doubles. That's pretty much it.
yeah, she's legit.
Wow.
So let's go back. When you're talking about you are in Louisiana, but then the deal with Priority comes up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happening next then? Because you and ESG craft out that first album.
Right. So we when we got the deal with Priority, it was like right after we had did the first Box Birthday Bash. So I'm telling you this because it ties into your question. It's like Puffy and Biggie were there right at the first buy. It was Montel Jordan and Bad Boy and all them or whatever. And we did that Swangin' and Bangin' song at that Box Birthday Bash. And Puffy, he was like, Puffy was like, man, I want them boys. So at that point, I'm like, okay, now we going on some other shit. I'm really about to leave school. That's how I, ended up leaving school. But we didn't sign with them. We did get his manager, you know what I'm saying? Which was, it took us into some other doors early,
That's good.
Yeah. So and at that point, I'm like, man, now I gotta leave school. So
Just to know, why didn't you sign with Bad Boy?
man, because it was like Biggie was there.
Yeah.
And it's not like his money was like it is now. You
I
know what
understand.
So it's like we were gonna be, man, there was a lot of, I'm talking about JD. They wanted to come.
Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, they wanted.
I can understand
yeah,
that.
because it was
Southern
like,
aficionado, Jermaine Dupri, of
yeah,
course.
he's gonna come tap in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then the man stepped in.
Who? Okay.
Okay,
All right. We get it.
We get
The
it.
man stepped in and it changed. Then we're all fucked up. Now we're like that type shit. You know what I'm saying? So
But you went later on to do deals with the man, like a publishing deal with the
I
man.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. You know why?
Why?
His wife and my mom are cool.
That's 100.
Okay.
That's good.
That works it out.
That's
All right.
positive.
I was protected.
I understand.
What's it like to see, I guess, your work kind of come full circle like that, where we're talking about with the Grammy nod with the Drake thing. Cause
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as that beat hits, it's like he really is.
I mean, just to
doing
clarify
fucking-
for the listeners,
Yeah.
Drake on Hell Yeah Fucking Right sampled Swangin and Bangin
It's
by
the-
ESG. It's
it's
whole
the
beat.
basis of the song. Like as soon as it starts, you're
Yeah.
like, that's Swangin and Bangin.
Yes.
Like it's it's such a. I'm not gonna say it's a weird sample. It's like such a raw sample. Like it literally sounds like he
Yeah.
just pressed the tape recorder,
Gotta do.
and I was like,
Gotta do.
yo.
Gotta. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you know what that gotta do come
Oh,
from?
thank you for
Tell
telling
us, tell
Please.
us.
Man, people don't understand.
We want. That's what this
That's
is
my
for.
favorite part of the whole entire
yes.
song.
Yeah. So you know how back in the day they used to have a lot of soundtracks,
Yeah.
like movie soundtracks.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Man, they have some ill stuff on them soundtracks. If you dig into them, like you know what I'm saying. So I was the soundtrack king or whatever. But that comes from. You remember the movie Trespass?
Yeah.
There's a Public Enemy song on there,
Yeah.
and Chuck D says that's Chuck D.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I was a big Public Enemy fan. Like that was me. Like and all the people that tell you like my style was more like East Coast.
Yeah.
You know what
Bomb
I'm saying?
Squad. Yeah.
All of that shit.
I can
Leaders of the
understand.
New School.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that was like what I was into. You know what I'm saying? And I would anytime I see a soundtrack with like some of that on it, I would go dig into it for just to listen.
I can understand.
It's always interesting hearing like so many because you have these producers from that area that are so influenced by the East Coast, but then you also hear so many people on the East Coast that were like, "Oh no, we were listening to Houston."
Yeah.
Like they come like you say
Yeah.
Diddy and JD and all
Yeah.
these other people were like, "Oh no, we was listening to Houston."
Oh, trust me. When they changed, when they did Juicy and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, we influenced them heavily.
Oh yeah, you can
hear
it in
Yeah.
Juicy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you
it's
could hear
us.
it. Yeah.
That all that was coming like, around that time. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, bro. But it's all good. But yeah, just like they did, they were able to, handle their business. So that's why they're successful.
Yeah.
You gotta handle your business.
Speaking of handling business,
Hey,
when you were handling your
Segues,
business
boy.
selling beats,
Yeah.
how much were you generating?
At that time,
Yeah.
I was doing well. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting like 10,000 a week.
10,000 a week.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was making like 10 grand a week, and at that time, I was, I was hitting them.
Yeah.
Some weeks would be bigger, and some weeks would be 8.
Yeah.
But I was getting 10 a week, like just selling beats.
That's great.
Yeah.
But
It was
as
good.
far as that goes, speaking of business, getting to that,
Yeah.
how was your business with
So-
selling the beats?
So my business was all fucked up selling
Yeah.
the beats because I was so okay. Imagine this. I'm 19, 20. My family is not I don't come from like rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? My parents had a business,
Okay.
but I never had money. You see, I had things though. Like,
Yeah.
I had cars. You know what I'm saying? But I never physically had money in my pocket.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So people thought I was,
Yeah.
I ain't never had money.
Yeah, cold hard cash.
And I'm 19, 20, and I'm starting to make 10 a week selling beats. And I'm like, I already had the car, so it made me look even like, damn,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
doing
So,
something.
Yeah, but I wasn't taking care of the business part of it.
Man.
Because I was caught up, And luckily, man, the whole crazy spin about the thing is that the one song that I went back and got first was Swangin and Bangin.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah, so when the thing came around with the Drake gig, it was
Yeah.
like, man, of all the songs, you know what I'm saying? That's
Now, yeah, when you say went back and got, so when you went back and got, like, what are you saying?
I got
Like,
my
you went-
rights.
So you went back and got the rights to. So what made you decide, like, yo, Swangin and Bangin, that's got to be the one, as opposed to because you got.
No, I went and got all of them,
Okay,
but that was
okay.
the one I initially got to see how I was gonna go. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, so it was, I guess, it's about 10 years, 8 years before this. The whole Drake gig is when I was able to take care of this stuff. You know what I mean? So, but bro, it's hard, man. It's like if I look back and I tell these youngsters right now, like, dude, the money cool, but you don't know what you're making right now. Like some kid that's 2 years old right now might want to do your song, and if you don't own that motherfucker, you really just you got to fight to get back in it. You know what I mean? And most kids don't have the means to go fight that. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the means, and some lawyers will take the case, and then but if you're fighting like a big entity, like you fighting somebody with real money, they're gonna keep delaying. You know, they're gonna keep big money. You know how it go. Big bank take little
bank. Take little bank.
Until you drained out. You drained out.
Yeah.
You don't have nothing. But luckily, you know what I'm saying? Faith in God and being a little smart, nerdy kid, I was able to go back and get my my rights and my publishing.
And you say you did that about like 8 years ago. So I mean, just to be prepared for anything happening.
Yeah, I still don't have all the songs.
Huh.
I'm still, it's because, man, my catalog is long.
Yeah.
And you got like people who don't, you got to find them. They're not functioning in the industry anymore.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Yeah, that's true. That's
so,
true. Yeah.
Then you got to find them. Then you got to, you know how it goes.
What prompted you to just go, I guess around that time, what prompted you to say, let me go get the rights back to the songs?
Nah, because I understand like I understand that how music goes around and around. You know what I mean? Like the cycle of music comes back around. And you can hear like the changes and the shifts of music. Like I knew that the crunk era was coming, you know what I'm saying, with the Atlanta crunk, like Lil Jon crunk shit.
Yeah.
Like I knew that was coming, the energy. And I could feel like, what they got going on now. It's like the kids, that's how they live. I work with kids all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I know their energy.
Mm-hmm.
But music, it ain't never really gonna go away. They're gonna have to tap back into it some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like we're too creative of people to not listen to what's out there. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the internet really brings it more to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Because we have access to get to whatever song we want to at any time.
Yeah.
That's true.
I would say too, like we've talked about this before. I think, especially the kids coming up now, I think they are much more in tune and have a much larger catalog to pick from. There have been, because people, I guess my age and older especially, kind of push aside the newer artists, like, oh, they don't listen to. But I'm like, if you listen, like, who's the dude we went to, like, they'll be sampling like so many songs that I'm like, oh, this song, yeah, I'm like I was at one concert, I'm like, you sampled Missy?
Yeah.
Like everything is like keeps coming around full circle,
cyclical.
and it's like,
It does, man.
if you're savvy about it, it's like everybody could be making money. Like it's like, yo, I want y'all to make money, and y'all should be making me money just sampling my music. Like I want that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, Travis, whoever, go get it, man. Sample it. You know what I mean? I got it now. You go, man. I swear, I'll make you one too sample. Shit. You know what I mean? Like that's where it's at, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like to see the shift in the check. You know what I'm saying? The check that we got from, when we did the Drake gig to the checks that I get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a different type of check. Man.
Yeah. Doesn't it come more consistent every time, after
It's coming.
after every season you get it?
It's a check where you don't have to run around as much.
That's great.
Like Drake running around bumping it, but it's like it's still the money's coming back to you.
More people find you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was great. I mean, that was a whole boost in my career. Like that gave me more juice. That gave me, more. It gave me a push into the new millennium. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Plus the Grammy nod too.
I mean,
that came from
Yeah.
owning the song.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the writer, so my Grammy nomination was for a writer.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying? Because he did the production, but I got a Grammy nom. You know what I'm saying, for being a writer of the music on the song.
I understand.
Yeah,
so you're composing the song. So yeah, of course.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm blessed to have handle my business.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all good though.
No,
That's
I mean
what
to
you gotta
anybody
do.
listening, I mean that's a good. That's why we wanted you on. 'Cause
Yes.
I think when I was talking to somebody when the Drake song first came out, they was like, "Oh man," it's like, I was like, "No, I think he owns that." Like I said, I think they own stuff. So I was
Solo
like,
owns
I
it.
say,
Yeah.
"Yo, that's real.
Yeah.
Like that works out well for you."
Yeah, ESG got the call. called me. It was like, man, listen to this shit. Just like that.
So they already had it recorded, and
I-
they was like, "Yo,
Bro, they already had it recorded.
Oh,
They
it was
had
like
They had
done.
that shit done.
yeah,
So I'm listening to that whole I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And man, the second verse came on, and it was Wheezy.
yeah,
Yeah.
What we talking about?
exactly."
You know what I'm saying?
How does it feel to hear it full circle of working with the Hot Boys
Yeah.
prior to their blow up,
Yeah.
and then hearing Wheezy when he's Wheezy?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he was really Wheezy.
yeah,
Man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went to school in Louisiana, like I said, like college.
yeah.
And,
What school you went to?
It was called USL when I went there. Now it's called University of Louisiana Lafayette.
Yeah.
Okay.
Raging Cajun. So, man, we had the club Strawberries down there. You know what I'm saying? So like it was like the hottest thing in the country. It was this club Strawberries. Like, and the Hot Boys used to be down there like all the time. So, you know, I used to look at them before I even got on. Like, man, them boys, you know, they was on that faster shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was like they were the shit down there.
I know what you mean. And
You know what I'm
they were rapping a lot faster than
Dude, yeah.
what was going on at the time.
Dude, they were the shit. So when we hooked up with them at Jam Down, you know, that was
Jam
Keke.
Down
Yeah,
Studio.
yeah, they were in the Jam Down recording. And, you know, that was a shotgun. You know, what I'm
That
saying?
was
But
the
it
spot.
Yeah, oh shit,
Yeah.
lit, bro, like lit. Yeah, and it was like Turk. It was really all of them.
Yeah.
I don't think Wayne was at the studio, but Juvie was there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Juvie was there. I was, you know what I'm saying? He was the one anyway.
yeah.
At that
Yeah.
time, it was straight-
Juvie, yes.
Juvie?
Money on the Couch.
Bro,
yeah. How all of them. Yeah, Juvie
he,
had it.
Yeah, he was the shit. So, you know, then, you know, like you say, full circle, like years later, Wheezy and Drake on my, you know what I mean? Like, it was great.
That's awesome,
It
man.
was dope. You know what I'm saying?
You brought up. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You brought up something earlier.
Yeah.
You said his name, Travis Scott,
Yeah.
and just bringing it to, he had album
Yes, sir.
Astro World.
Yeah, is that
and-
what it's called? Astroworld?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna bring
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
You had an album called Astro World that came out in 2016, correct?
Indeed.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And of course, with that being said, I mean, they have similar titles. We grew up in Houston. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B King had an Astroworld.
B King had an
Exactly.
Astroworld. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good thing. You said you were, with that being said, tell us about Astroworld, your Astroworld.
Man, my Astroworld was really like me saying, I'm not waiting on placements anymore. You know what I mean? It was more like, man, I'm finna do this shit myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I can make songs. Like, I made, you know, I really didn't, you know, I really made a lot of these cats songs. Like, you
I
know,
understand.
like, you know how it is a producer. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you know, I gave you direction. I gave you the words for, you know
Shape
what I'm
out the
saying?
hook.
I basically executive
Yeah.
produced this whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I started, you know, I don't want to wait on placements anymore. I just want to do my own thing, get the artists, you know what I'm saying, together, put a project, you know what I'm saying, a whole compilation that represents the city and the culture. I'm going to update it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, so that, you know, they'll like it, but it's still going to be the musical Southern thing. So I started getting with the artists, and they were like, man, come on, whenever you're ready. It shit took, you know, it takes a while. 'Cause
It had to. You had everybody on there. What artists did you have on there?
Man, everybody. Pokey, Trey, EG, Zero, Mike D, Keke. You talking about Astroworld?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, pretty much every Bun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
you did.
Yeah, Bun
Yeah.
on there, you know, Lil O. Did I have Slim on there? I think I did. On
Yes.
Astroworld, yeah. Yeah, Slim. Man, I don't know, man. There was a lot of, you know, there was a lot of songs, but yeah, I just wanted to do that for the city to see me put out my own project, you know, doing everything.
Oh, that's
You know what I'm
awesome.
saying? So, yeah.
With that being said, if you putting out Astroworld, when did you start? Is that like around the time you started your own, I guess, production collective, production company?
Yeah, it was about, you know, that was the whole beginning of the movement, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't even tagging my beats for a while, like, you know, the tag and the beat era came in after me, you know what I mean? So like the solo beats thing is actually that's my wife on the tag. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. We were sitting at home one day. I'm like, I need a tag, wifey, and she's like, "Oh, I don't want to do it." But she grabbed my phone. I grabbed my phone and recorded that shit like right on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And then I took it and put a a little effect on it, and that's my tag now. And then that began like solo beats, like you know what I'm saying. So. Yeah, we're in a new era right now. I got a whole nother thing going on. You know what I mean? So,
What's your whole other thing?
man, I got a collection of producers now. You know what I'm saying? It's not just me. I got my boy Mike Boogaloo. All my guys are from East Texas.
Really?
Like Boogaloo and Ken Dixon, and then his son KD6, which just produced on Moneybag Yo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we
That's
get
good.
so we now it's more of a business. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like we're setting it up. We got our website. We do leases.
Mhm.
You know, the game has changed. A lease game right now.
Yes.
You know, our YouTube game.
Yes.
And we adapted and adjusted, and actually when we since we put it together, we figured out that we can make a lot of money in this era. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You don't have to wait on the the placements or somebody coming by and beats because, from here to across this way, there's probably like at least 37 rappers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're all looking for beats. So you can lease one beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One beat to, you know what I'm saying, 300-400 people. You done killed. Like, you know what I mean? Like more than you would make for selling the beat. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Right now. So, that's what we adjusted to, and we're doing our thing now. It's called fortheplug.com. We got all the beats, man.
ForThePlug.com.
Four.
4DAPLUG, correct?
That's it.
ForThePlug.com.
ForThePlug.com.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
What do you say is like? I mean, given that your history in this and you're still doing it,
Yeah.
especially being in Houston, what do you think has been the biggest change that's happened?
With musically or
With you dealing with music, and it doesn't have to be just like what the sound is, but maybe just like the behind the scenes, the background, like just in terms of the business.
well, like I said, like it's the game has changed. With the internet, like access is like okay, say it's not like the era when we were where they had a bunch of doughboys with money that had would go find the neighborhood hot rapper and they would go to the producer house and spend the bread, right?
Mm-hmm.
They still do that. You know what I mean? Like it still happens,
Yeah, it still happens.
but everybody ain't got that dude with the bread. And everybody can't wait because it's like right there. I can go on YouTube and get me one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest change right there. It's like you got to adjust to the speed of it. You know what I mean? Like if you were playing football and you were playing at a lower speed than everybody, they're gonna run up the
You're gonna
score.
get run over all the time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like you got to adjust to the speed. That's what we doing.
Now, how are in terms of just production? How are you reaching out in terms of? Are you just working with producers, or are you also trying to reach out to new rappers?
We got that's the second step of my thing. Yeah, I got with my team over there, the Den Recording Studio. We got new artists, fire. Like everybody who I bring in there, I'm letting them work with them. Like they're on my Waterworld project. All the
Okay.
artists, you know what I'm saying? I dip them in. I let them do production on there too. You know what I'm saying? So, they're already being heard.
That's good.
But we about to, let them go.
And actually, let's play. We have one track left. That's the one from Waterworld. Let's play that real quick. Now, this one came out in 20. This came out last year, right?
18.
Yeah, 19.
Gave it to my man, told her flip that. So I keep a lot of diamonds for my wrist at. And everywhere I go, it's a hater. So I keep a little 9 with my hip at. Bitches be silly, that ain't nothing new to me. These lame ass niggas don't know what to do with me. I'm high commodity, niggas stay choosing me. Not on my pedigree, so they just stare at me. Necessary pin a goddess, ho. 50,000 on my necklace. Oh, you bitches looking way too stressed. Tell me fuck, I look like me impressed.
So how do you stay? I guess how do you keep up with the times? How do you stay relevant?
Man, I mean, I got kids. I got girls.
Okay.
And one thing I have learned is like the girls, females, women shape the industry. It's like
Yes.
so
Yeah.
whatever they like, is gonna be the hot shit. You know what I'm saying? If it's foul and it's fraud, they gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they gonna tell you, like, man, tell you, they'll tell you.
So
you
tell us
like-
about a specific event when they've told you.
I mean, like you know when you wake that one time when you get called OG,
Yeah.
it's like
Eye opening.
it's like what?
Yeah.
Tripping. Shit, I'm gonna show you what you got. Man.
Yeah.
Ain't no damn OG man. Yeah, like well,
You were OG.
I'm OG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm OG.
Yeah.
I'm damn triple O.
Yeah. 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 I understand.
You look younger than what it is. 'cause
Oh, you
it's
do.
Like, you keep thinking it's like, yo, this dude, like, I mean, just the fact that it's like ESG and Lil Keke, like they first you were the producer,
Yes.
for these albums. I mean, let's talk about the production on Lil. I mean, we kind of glossed over.
Yeah.
You met Lil Keke,
Yeah.
and then we're like, yeah, you met Lil Keke, and then y'all produced that album.
course.
So
Don't mess with Texas.
yes.
mess with
So
Texas,
don't
yeah.
mess with Texas. That's Lil Keke's. I mean, we're talking about his introduction. He had like, tell us about meeting him and crafting that.
Oh, I met him when we were doing DEA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we, man, it's really what happened is crazy. The whole situation. It happened to happen at my house. Like, some stuff went down, and it was really over. Both sides wanted to sign Key. You know what I mean? And a fight broke out. I'm on the phone with E. He on lock. So this is the period like we got to deal with priority, but E get on lock. So
Remember that time.
DEA slid in.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? And I'm on the phone with E, and a fight break out and somebody gets shot. You know what I'm saying? At my house.
Yeah.
And then bro wound up signing with somebody else. So he didn't want to
I mean, yeah.
mean,
You want to
it's
deal with
like,
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
he's
understand.
It's like I'm trying to be a business.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm trying to get to this bread.
Yeah.
And Lil Keke, he about his business.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he's about his business.
Yeah. So then I met Keith from doing Heart of Hustle, those DEA songs.
Yeah.
And, like when he did he signed. He was over there. He was messing with Double D. Double D was Rec
Producer,
Shop,
yeah, of course.
But he was double. It was me
Made
and Double
H,
D.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's going. What do you make? A Southside.
Yeah. Southside.
Tripping,
Yeah.
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 So Double D was there, and then they had already did some. I think they did like Balling in the Mix.
Yeah.
Balling
in
they had some hits.
That boy.
Yeah. So I came
Yeah.
over and did the last seven songs.
Yeah.
On
It was like half the album, bro.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. Still pimping the
Yeah.
band.
like you look at it on like Wikipedia or anything.
Yeah.
You're like half the album.
Yeah.
yeah, Bounce and Turn.
Yes.
Bounce and turn.
Bounce and turn. Yes, I love that song.
Amy's favorite song.
Yeah, of course.
like, yeah, there's literally, you've heard of, we go to an event called Bounce and Turn that's
Yes.
named after
Yeah.
your song.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it is.
Yeah, it's dope.
So, I mean, even, where you expect, like, after that album drops, like, what happens? What's the response from Houston, like, in that moment?
Man, it's bananas, man. Like, I got to see E's run because I was right there, but when the Key run was a little bit on steroids. You feel me? Like it was
huge.
like huge. It was big and fast, and you had a south side, north side thing going on too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like, it was crazy, and he got a deal real quick too. So
Yeah. Nationwide.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we had to redo the record, kind of same way, kind of like with
Yeah.
Ocean of Funk and Selling Us Out.
Yeah.
We did the same thing with Key with Don't Mess with Texas. So, we got it was on from there, right? You know what I mean? Like everybody knew. Like that's when everybody started coming.
That's when everybody started coming.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
And who
Okay.
came?
everybody, man. It was like I was doing so much. Like it's like when I get on YouTube and somebody might send me a link. Hey, is that you? I'm like, damn, I forgot I did that.
You forgot you did Be Legit song,
bro. Like it's a couple. Like
Yeah.
I don't even remember until I
E40,
hear it,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh shit, that is me.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
No,
There's no tags. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's not like today. It's a tag, so, and man, I don't even,
And at that time, though, if I'm not mistaken, at that time, your business still wasn't correct.
my business wasn't correct.
So-
this is the time when I started to make the 10 a week.
Yeah.
So you're just running through, putting out tracks, collecting money, just
Dude,
moving
they
on.
just coming to me. I'm walking around a little nerdy. Like, everybody refer to me being a little nerdy cat or whatever because I didn't grow up with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand.
I wasn't no street nigga. I don't never say I was. Shit, fuck that. I don't want to be no street nigga. Nigga, I want to be me, man. I went to school, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I want to play ball. I'm going to school. I don't, I'm going to see these ladies.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm doing my thing. So I'm making so much money. I'm like, bro, I'm tripping. I had $20,000 in my pocket, like 10 in this pocket, 10
in
in
that
this pocket.
pocket.
Yep.
Yeah. Because even at that time, it's like even finding your production credits, it's like because your business wasn't right at that time, it's not as simple as looking over on the internet. It's like if you know, you know.
Nah.
That's the thing, because I have these CDs.
Man.
So I have to look and go, yo, really?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, because I was like, now that you got your business straight, that is actually, speaking of which, like, around what year did you really get your business straight?
I would say it was like 2012, 13.
Okay.
It took a while. Like I said, like I'm still in the process. That's when I started beginning the process. Like around that time, it was like, the guy, my guy, lawyer, whatever, he helped me. You know what I'm saying, get my situation straight. Of course, I'm gonna tell you this. One of the reasons why I went on in that gig with the lawyer to start getting my thing, he gave me some bread too.
Okay.
It was like he was telling me that he knew he could do it. So to prove to me that he could do it, he gave me an advance.
Yeah, he gave you an advance knowing I could come and get all this back.
Okay. Yeah. So, I was like, bro, if he's willing to do that, I know he can go get it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be able to go get it. So
Showed and proved.
So you wasn't even like fully convinced about going ahead and getting the process started?
Because, these cats, man, they out of there. Like, I mean, not the front run. I'm talking about like the companies that, not even the companies. Like, they're not operating like record companies at this point. You know what I mean? They're done. So you got to go and seek out each person individually on a off the record type gig.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like we can so records. That's so records. They don't even operate anymore.
Yeah.
They do like trucking or something.
That's
You
true.
know what I'm saying? They're not doing music. So,
Really? Okay.
So you got to go through shit to get to the shine. You know what I mean?
You went through shit to get to the shine, but even bringing it back to like 98, Keke and them.
Yeah.
What happened after that?
What after Keke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like 98, 99, correct?
Because you're in some huge runs.
Yeah.
We're talking on Houston. You were in that
Yeah.
first ESG run, and then you got
Don't Mess with
Keke.
Texas.
You got Don't Mess with
DEA.
Texas.
Yeah, then
Pat.
There we go. So
Yeah,
this
then
is
Pat.
this is 98.
around that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get my years messed up.
I understand.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? So Pat was on, but they developed Rec Shop. Double D, he was like, fuck this shit jam now. Y'all gonna pay me in solos, woo this, or we gonna bounce.
Really?
He bounced.
Yes, he did.
My dumb ass, I'm still caught up because I got 10 in this pocket and 10 in this pocket.
I never had it before.
At
Yeah.
all times. Even when I put it up, I was still walking around with it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So, Pat wound up forming with Rec Shop doing over there. They had their own people. No D, my guy, No D.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chicken Hawk, Blue, all them cats, and Double D was over there. And so they did that thing, but Pat was my guy too. So he was like, man, I ain't leaving you out.
Yeah.
And he got me to do a couple tracks on there too. So
And what were the tracks that you did for Pat?
I did Friends We Know, and I also did Rolling down the street on them swang.
Yep.
You know, I did that jam.
Of course.
Jam and screw. Yeah.
Yeah.
So me and my boy, my other producer partner, JP Nitty, he helped me out on that too.
That's a classic song.
Yeah. And we had another one, like, it was on his record too, and C-Note, Third Coast Born.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Third
my
Coast
track.
Born with Texas Red. Yeah.
Man, y'all.
Of course.
Because you're literally you're at every wave.
Yeah.
Like that's it. 'Cause
You're
like
everywhere.
After Pat, after the Pat wave, then who you working with?
Then it was Hawk.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah, then it was Hawk. Then it was
that's
Straight.
99.
Then you got
2000.
the thing, the Straight Profit started. This one, Straight Profit started coming up.
And who was the main artist on Straight Profit?
Well, the main artist was Youngster.
Yeah.
But Grace
Mm-hmm.
had
Okay.
the streets.
Yes.
Mac Grace or That Boy Grace.
Yes, Dat Boy Grace.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, and so I did. Me and Grace, we had a good relationship. Like, he loved my music and I loved his style, and I wound up doing half of his project.
Sure
you know what I'm
did.
saying? Like, Ride with a Player.
Yeah.
That's with him and Anjali.
Golly.
I did that. I did a bunch of. I think I did 7 songs on his project as well. And I was messing with all of them over there. You know, Zero. That's when I met Zero.
That's what we're getting at.
Getting a zero.
And that, you know,
We
Zero
get to-
after Mac Grace, it was Zero. And that's when the first.
2002.
Yeah, that's when the first, like, Too Many Niggas. I
Yeah.
think I don't even think it was called Too Many. I forgot what it was called. But we did like 4 different versions of
Nigga
it.
from the hood.
This
Yeah.
dude really.
Yeah.
Let me. This dude knows his
What's
stuff.
up? Love that shit.
When I was telling you, like, he is going to be excited about this, when I texted him, because I was saving it, I was like, yo,
unbelievable.
Solo's booked for tomorrow. And he's like, oh, yeah. I'm like this is what he been waiting on.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Like,
man.
I'm telling you.
I didn't know it was gonna come like this.
Yeah.
I was like,
Dope, man.
I literally
Wow.
told him, I said, yo, and shouts out to Pug for connecting us.
Man, and-
Because Pug called it and was like, yo, you have to interview
Pug,
Solo.
man.
And I was like, okay, we'll get him. And he goes, no, you have to. And we're
Yeah.
looking at him, I'm like, yo, this dude is produced for every,
Yeah.
like, it's
you make the sound, man.
the sound of Houston.
Double D, Happy
what it
Perez,
is.
you,
Yeah.
T Mix,
Yeah, T-Mix,
Swab
Swift.
House, man.
You got Harvey Love.
Harvey Love.
You got Swift.
Yes.
You know, you got Hyman. You got JP. Yeah, it's a lot of Slash. You got your boy did Grim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Grim. Come on, man. Ugh, come on. Want to be a baller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are songs that really, you know, all those songs played a part. You know what I'm saying? I was just one of the ones at the forefront of the change of the sound of the gangsta hard shit that Houston was
To that melodic,
to the melodic.
Yeah.
I was at the forefront of that.
congas, all of I love it.
Yeah, that changed it up.
So then after, and then we've gone on from like, what, 93 to like,
We're
05?
We're about
04,
yeah, 02,
05,
03.
okay, 02, 03.
Yeah.
And then who are we working with?
Dude, then I'm starting to move into, you know, they're flying me out, New Orleans, but not even the people. You know, there was so many New Orleans people that, you know, used to, you know, fly us out there. You know
That's
what I'm
what's
saying?
up.
Like, to just do songs they pay. You know, so many cats with bread at that time, like in different hoods.
Yeah.
So imagine, you know,
Is that when you met Crazy?
crazy.
Crazy.
They flew us out there. Me
Yeah.
and Keke.
Yeah.
Really?
They flew me and Keke out there, and we did 2 songs. He did the one for his record, and Key used it on his record too as
Yeah.
well.
This is before No Limit. Crazy.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
Limit.
okay.
Yeah, this was like right before.
Right before.
He was already known because, you know, he had that Pac sound.
Yeah, he sound like Pac.
Yeah, and
He
he
sounded so
Yeah,
much
he
like
sounded
Pac.
so much like
He
Pac.
sounded
That
so much
voice,
like Pac.
That baritone, like
he
man.
had it, bro.
Yeah.
And, you know, Louisiana rappers be having that different energy anyway.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just, it's automatic. It's really
Amped up.
Louisiana, period. Yeah, they got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it.
That's good.
So what are the plans? I mean, look, I wish we had so much more time, like so much more time, but we don't. But
it's all good.
first of all, we'll definitely be having you back if you will to come back, because we want to flesh out a lot more
Right.
of these stories. But it is the thing,
appreciate
like I said, when we were doing the research, there's so much now that I feel like is being developed in terms of fleshing out a lot of these key players in Houston music.
Right.
And people need to know. Like, people really need to know, especially somebody like you that's like, yo, I didn't just touch one classic song that y'all like. I touched like 8 or 9. Like, if there's a Houston mix that's going to come on, my name is coming up multiple times over and over and over
That's the
again.
thing, people just don't know.
They don't know.
Because they'll be like, oh, ESG, but then they leave you out of it. And
they
I'm
don't
like,
know.
no.
That's the H-Town curse, though. It's been like that, man.
We're going to try to change it up, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm
So
like,
we
that's
started
why
a
I really
podcast.
appreciated Pug for saying, like, because he
Man.
saw what we like to do, and he's like, I know y'all like to highlight, like it all.
Man,
And
Pug
so
the
that's
truth.
my thing. Like,
Dude, let me tell you, Pug is somebody, I really, really respect. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
As a
yeah.
young producer, he is, you know what I'm saying? He's so talented and gifted, man. He got the ear, and he digs through records.
oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like, that's a lost art.
I mean,
Friend of the
even
show,
when you were
man.
talking about the soundtrack thing, like you go to Pug, you see Pug's studio set up,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing. Like,
Bro, he does the same
Pug,
Records,
like the
man.
stuff that he does with
Yeah.
Fats and the stuff that he
Yeah.
thinks is like, yo, that voice came from a soundtrack, came from this, came from that,
Yeah.
like came from that movie, and I like all of it put
Right,
together.
right.
So I completely understand why
No,
he's like, yo,
Yeah.
you got to talk to Solo. So,
right.
look, we appreciate you coming out.
Man, appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, man.
This will be, and hopefully this is just the first of many interviews
Yes.
that we have with you.
no.
And man, just tell the people where they can find you.
Man, social media, Instagram is at Sean Solo Jemison.
How you spell it?
SeanSoloJemison. And if you want beats, man, it's fortheplug.com.
How you spell that?
4 DAPLUG.com.
All right.
Fortheplug.com. We got all the beats, every style, funk, trap to Southern soul. We got everything on there.
And what you got coming out?
Man, I'm working on a bunch of things right now, man. I'm doing these EPs right now. I started doing these EP deals, bro. And, I got a bunch of art. I got 11 EPs about to drop. I got Wood, I got Burn, I got D Gotti, I got ELG, I got
Gotti,
Renetta.
man.
And I got a host of young cats, you know what I'm saying, that got fired, you know what I mean? So, we doing our thing.
And where can they hear them at? On
They're
what?
gonna be streaming on everything.
Yeah.
It's gonna start actually tomorrow. I'm dropping a thing called Beats and Turntables.
Yeah.
It's with DJ Red at the Screw Shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just decided
Okay.
to just like put out an instrumental with chops on it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because it's like,
Yeah.
dude, the stream game. I figured it out with doing my projects of how the more content.
The more that's out there, the more it's just the tip of the iceberg. Once people listen to the one, they're gonna go.
We're going to listen
keep
to
on
everything
doing it.
else.
and they build everything
Yeah.
up off it.
That's it.
Got Astroworld, Waterworld.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, thank you for coming by.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, we really appreciate you.
Nah, y'all dope, man. Y'all some of the dopest interviewers, you know what I'm saying, that I've ever gone to. That the music, like a lot of people like they know like 2 songs.
Nah, man, you
No,
we grew up in Houston.
Yeah,
you're,
we here.
you're a
We
legend.
here.
Yeah,
Like
appreciate it, man.
we got to respect our legends.
Absolutely,
I appreciate
Once
absolutely.
again, in my humble opinion, where the opinions aren't humbled and the words aren't jumbled, I've been your host, Carlton with a KBN Triple X, Carlton with a KBN Triple X, also known as Avery Like a Very Nice Guy. Yeah. We also have Houston Press's own Just Devon, one of the best writers I've ever
I'm
seen.
the only writer you know.
Shut up. Let me be happy for my brother.
Only writer
Let
you
me
know.
be happy. You're not the only writer I know.
Name them.
Okay, we just had her on here. Your friend you went to college with.
Ah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You're right. All right.
And I know other writers. It's the age of the internet. Everybody's a writer. So before we end this, we've had a trying week. Just everybody should know if you have any problems, you find somebody to talk to. If anything's going wrong in your life, just find somebody to talk to. People do care. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. In my humble opinion, once again, opinions aren't humbled, words aren't jumbled, and we're out. Bang.